Nice shirt, brother. You need a fucking iron, mate. Nice dress. You guys find an iron or what?
Let's go, lads. Let's go, boys.
Okay, fine. Kingsley Holmes. Wait, you take that down the bench in a sec. Just not doing anything.
Come on, Kingsley, raise it! Come on, boys! Get into it!
Hello, there we go. Hello everybody. Well, maybe. No, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Streaming. Is that one?
Alright, I give up the first one. Welcome everybody and welcome to the 2023 Bell Cup round. I'd like to begin today's proceedings by acknowledging the of this weekend that meets and play today, which is the organisation. I'd like to pay my respects to the elders, past, present, and emerging, and welcome anybody who is attending today. So today we have the Bell Up Amateur Division 1 reserves kicking off at 1 p.m. Before we have the Bell Up Amateur kicking off at 3 p.m. So I'd just like to say that this round is sponsored by the Insurance Commission of Western Australia. We are really proud here at the Sport West to help deliver this really important Bell Up message, and we thank them for their continuous support and being able to provide this really great round. So just remember that wearing a seatbelt can lessen the severity of injured and sustained during in a car crash, resulting in lower claim costs and more affordable insurance premiums for motorists. So today the 1 p.m. match is between the Hamersley Rovers Soccer Club and the Westside. Woo! Please make the round.
Caroline, we've got a commentator for this game. I assume it just goes into foot one for the microphone. Oh, sorry, we have a commentator for the game. So, just the foot one, or is there streaming in this game?
Yeah!
Yep. So, on the actual mic.
Get into him! He's one of us!
Right, now we're doing the national anthem, right?
Yeah.
The Scottish one.
And welcome one and all to Careen Open Space for this very special Football West broadcast of the Belt Up round in the Belt Up Amateur Leagues Division 1. We've got a double header for you today. Hamersley versus Kingsley Westside, both their reserves and first team. We will start with the reserves, scheduled to kick off at 1 o'clock. We're already a minute past that, so suppose I should say a quick congratulations as well to Abu Dhabi on their first Champions League victory. I'm sure everyone is celebrating that rags to riches story, but all eyes in Perth are on this big match today in the Division 1 reserves between Hamersley United and Kingsley Westside. A Kingsley Westside team that are undefeated so far in the league this season, scoring 25 and conceding just 6. So the hosts have got their work cut out for them today. They're going to take anything from the team that has yet to suffer a loss. Hamersley, on the other hand, 2 wins, 4 losses from their 6 games, has them in 9th place. As the great Chris Brady just gives me a little cuddle. They have struggled to keep goals out, Hamersley, this season. 24 conceded in those 6 games. That's an average of 4 goals a game, if my maths is correct. Last week, a 6-1 loss to Ellenbrook. They did lead by a Luke Murray goal. He doesn't play today. A few changes from both sides, as there always is in these amateur leagues. I'm Sean Fry. I'm delighted to be joining you as the little belt up car delivers the ball to the man with the whistle. That's Amit Hassani today. And running the lines, of course, will be whoever can be bothered putting the bib on. We'll wait for the vehicle to have left the pitch. Takes a while. Just pick it up and carry it, son. We'll be here all day. There we go. Linesman being selected. We are just about set for kick-off now. Yusuf Chetan making his way into his goals. He'll be doing the job for Hamersley between the sticks. Up the other end, Benjamin Partridge will don the gloves for Kingsley. We are just about ready to kick off. And here we go. 7th game of the league season for both of these sides. Of course, promotion and relegation only an issue for the first team. The reserves will follow them. Hamersley in the white and black, predominantly white, attacking the left of screen. Kingsley in all blue. They'll be attacking to the right, as Cameron Brodie gets a little touch in there to win possession back for his side. 2 balls on the pitch, but we carry on at this level, don't we? Someone will kick it off. Bit of multi-ball. Hasn't been spotted yet. Nothing will come from it for Hamersley. Kingsley can reset. Long high ball from Partridge. Gives Gilbert a job to do. Not quite up to the task, but picked off there by O'Neill. Gilbert got it stuck under his feet a little, but wins a throw. Problem with the ball that was brought out in the belt-up car. certainly was wearing its seatbelt, so no issues there. Of course, this round is a big reminder to everyone to make sure you do wear your seatbelt. I can't believe there's people out there that drive around without them these days. They've got the cameras up on the Mitchell, trying to catch anyone that isn't wearing their seatbelt. No fines for that as of yet, but they will be coming soon. So if you don't wear your seatbelt every single time you get in the car, now's the time to start doing it. Or you won't just be risking your life, but you'll also be risking a big fine. 85 people killed or seriously injured in crashes on WA roads while not wearing a seatbelt last year, which is just absolutely crazy. That's about 7 full teams of footballers from preventable deaths, purely from not belting up. The males aged between 15 to 34, as most of the players out here will be today, the highest risk category. So just a reminder, wearing seatbelts reduces injuries, prevents deaths, and there's just absolutely no reason to not do it. So belt up. And we'll get back to the action as Kingsley knock it from side to side. Crafty little turn devised there by Screever. Let it run a little long. And now Hamersley can look to go the other way. Good driving run there from Chiwala Maipembe. He's the man in the green boots. Here's Wilcox trying to pull it back in. It'll be a Hamersley throw. By it. Oh, just dallying on the ball there a little was Lima. Good diagonal out there for the run of Screever. He goes down. His opponent did not. Nice little bit of juggling from the skipper here. Couldn't turn and get a shot on goal. Craig Cunningham scored a hat-trick in the last league game for Kingsley Reserves. An 8-0 win away at Queen's Park. Gilbert can't force his way through, and Cameron Brodie giving one of those tackles that always brings complaints because he may not have made contact, but it's not a manner in which you're allowed to tackle these days. Studs showing. Not coming through with any serious force though, so Amit Husani decides that a free kick's all that's warranted. Hamersley throw. Tom Byatt driving his way forward. Leaves it for Manuel Lima, who draws a foul. A first chance here for Hamersley to put a ball into the box and try and test Benjamin Partridge in the Kingsley goal. Just a lofted one to the back post, gets caught up in the Kareem breeze. Comes back out, and Hamersley can't quite figure out what to do with it. Here's Lima again. Look to spread it out wide for Maipembe again. Intercepted, but good start here for Hamersley against the much more fancied Kingsley Westside team. The opening minutes were very balanced, if anything tilted a little bit towards your left of screen. It is a beautiful day here for football. Slightly biting breeze aside. Here's a chance for Kingsley to go forward and try and fashion their first shot on goal. Pass couldn't stick, and Yusuf Chetan picks it up at the back and sets Hamersley on their way once more. Poor pass intended for Maipembe. Cut out, and then Cunningham is cynically scythed down. And I think they'll be happy with that, Hamersley, getting him away from goal, as far away from goal as they can. A big man with the armband is a big goal threat for the visitors today. And now a couple of minutes after Hamersley had their first opportunity, Kingsley now have theirs, and they've gone direct, and I'll tell you what, it's going to have to be an absolute screamer from that sort of range. And it wasn't a terrible hit from Cameron Brodie, but it's going to take a lot more to beat Chetan from that sort of distance. Oh, poor pass there. That was Matt O'Neill giving that away. A dangerous area. Hamersley unable to capitalise just yet. Byatt has a bit of time and opts to drop it off. Nice little pirouette in midfield there from Daniel Hickson. And he'll get it back there, Hicko. He just slips as he goes for the cross. Looking for Chandler Gilbert there with a lofted through ball. It's going to break again for Hamersley. Poked wide by Manuel Lima, and he's blaming the wind for that one. It is a stiff breeze here at Careen Open Space. That's a good touch there to keep the ball under control from Cameron Anson. Manuel Lima making the point that he might have just kicked the back of the Kingsley player's foot. Not got a touch on the ball, but referees at this level don't have any help from the linesman. If anything, it can be a hindrance with club officials of varying levels of integrity. Not casting any aspersions on the two that have put the bibs on and out doing the job today, of course. Just is a very difficult job for referees at this level. That diagonal again catches the breeze. The players are going to have to adjust to that condition. As you're watching on the screen, it's quite strong, almost blowing directly at us across the pitch. So those switches of play from left to right for Kingsley or right to left for Hamersley are going to have to be underhit a little bit, whereas the other way, it's going to be quite difficult to hit cross-field balls over to the far side of the pitch. We'll see which team manages to deal with those conditions best. Wilcox not able to keep that one alive. So Gilbert with the chance. Looks like he's the one with the cannon. Launches a big long throw into the 18-yard box. Dealt with well enough, and a couple of the kiddies having an argument there about not much. One of the great sights of amateur football, a defender taking the goal kicks. Oh, that's why. It's an absolute beauty. Just someone needed someone there on the touchline, and how about that touch there from the coach? I don't know whether they caught that on the camera, but he has pulled that one out of the heavens and stopped it dead. Maybe a substitution in the second half required. Get that man on the field. That ball through, and I tell you what, that's another one where the club linesman is always going to put the flag up, but I think he was onside. That was a very static back four. Kingsley on the front foot here. mentioned the defensive frailties of Hamersley, having conceded 24 in 6 games, or Kingsley have scored 25 in 6 games and have conceded just 6. So very, very strong side in this competition. Chetan happy to take this one. Not the most convincing of goal kicks, but it finds a target. And Lima's been heavily involved so far for Hamersley. Byatt looks for that crossfield ball, as I mentioned before. Even the ones along the deck, that hitting it into a stiff breeze when you go in that direction, you're going to want to catch it well. It's Michael Stephen just bounces one back to start a Kingsley attack. I've got the player on the overlap here in O'Neill, and they use him now. In the battle of the number 3s, Zach Wilcox comes out the winner. At the expense, of course, of a Kingsley throw. We've already seen this once, and it looks like Gilbert's going to load the cannons again and try and get this one as close as he can to the 6-yard box. Bodies in the area. It's to a good area if it can get a flick on. It doesn't, and comes out to Lima again. He's got the ball on a string at the moment. Keeps coming back to him, and that's a beautiful ball over the top from Lima for Wilcox to run onto. A slip there from Anson, and Wilcox is into the area. Good ball across the box, and just couldn't get a touch from either Bettany or Rodriguez. They were arriving. Headed away by Anson. Headed up in the air and losing control of it. There's Cartwright. That long ball will be all the way over, and keeper will handle comfortably before rolling it back out to get Hamersley on their way again. Tom Byatt starts us off. Beautiful touch again from Lima. He's pulling the strings for Hamersley in these early exchanges. Oh, nice touch there from the number 9, Bettany. Back to Lima. A little shimmy and a turn. Flag stays down. Good ball through. Lima was about to set his sights on goal, but an important tackle. Hamersley throw it away, but win it back. The keeper off his line. Lima's going to go for goal. That is a stunning strike. Manuel Lima opens the scoring for the underdogs. And you have to ask some questions of the goalkeeper there. The goal will stand. Some blue shirts wanting a questionable handball. But you carry on, you play to the whistle, and I don't think the Kingsley goalkeeper was playing to the whistle there. It was certainly out of position, but it still took a hell of a finish, especially with the wind, as I've mentioned a few times, not making that sort of finish easy. And Manuel Lima has had a sensational start to this game in the belt-up round. Mai Pembe now dancing down the right-hand touchline. Chance for a strike on goal, and not too far away. Caught it well enough. Just rising. But you have to say, as much as there may have been fortune about the goalkeeper's positioning and any potential refereeing decisions, you'd have to say Hamersley are probably value for this lead. Hawes fires one off the back of the head of Rodriguez. That was Cameron Brodie, rather, sorry. Another Kingsley throw in the final third. This one won't be launched into the area. It'll be into the feet of Cunningham. Cunningham crashing into the back of Daniel Hickson there. And the referee blows his whistle. How you doing, mate? Tough one for the defender there. Had to watch the bounce and did it well. Good lunging tackle there, and Studs stayed down, so nothing wrong with that at all. And here's a chance again for Wilcox to go forward. He's been doing a bit of work down this left-hand side. That one over the top. And you never see more complaining about offside decisions than you do at amateur football. Anytime it goes forward, someone wants a flag up. And with back fours that aren't always exactly flat and coordinated, a very difficult one to judge for the best of linesmen or assistant referees. So Hamersley leading by a goal to nil. Terrific finish from Manuel Lima from distance, catching Partridge off his line. Streaming forward there was Cameron Brodie, just sort of checked his run before the pass was made. Those long balls are going to be very difficult this afternoon. Swirling breeze just picking up again. Now Kingsley starting to settle into a little spell of possession. Matt O'Neill with a nice turn. All the way out the other side to the feet of Cunningham. Wide for the run of Screever. He picks up a foul. Another chance for Kingsley to put one into the 6-yard box, test the keeper. Be the left footer just slicing one in. Tough one for the goalkeeper. And then cleared off the line. Michael Singh was in position. Clearly identified the height of the goalkeeper, Yusuf Chetan, as a potential weakness. Hamersley, or the Kingsley bench rather, just saying they want him surrounded, so I expect this one to go into the 6-yard box. Not the best of balls in the end. I want to get those a little bit closer to the keeper. I've got big bodies in there. Just try and test him, cause a bit of chaos, just like Gilbert's going to try and do here with another long throw. Gilbert loads up, launches it into the breeze. You can see it hang up there. Tough to get those long throws in from this side. Maybe we'll see him trundle over the other side of the pitch later on in the game if they're still hunting a goal. So if we can get them there from this end into the breeze. And in fact, they look shorter, I think, due to that factor. Nice little dribble there from Gilbert. Good defending. Wilcox clears. And Kingsley just starting now to pen Hamersley back. This is what we expected coming into this game, but now they're doing it with a 1-goal deficit. And Wilcox again getting a touch in. O'Neill. Byatt tried to jump over the top of his opponent. Didn't have much control over the header. And it will be another Kingsley corner. Lofted ball to the back post. It's a chance, and they do find the equaliser. It's back to 1-1. And Sebastian Screever has his first goal of the game, Kingsley's first goal of the game, and we're tied at 1. Looks like that will be an area the visitors try to exploit, long balls into the box. A bit of chaos, not the tallest goalkeeper in the league. Feel they can cause a bit of panic just like they did there. And this man on the ball now was able to capitalise. He pounced and we are back on terms. For those of you just joining us, we didn't quite kick off on time. We're about 5 or 10 minutes after 1, so expect this half to finish around 10-2, depending on how much time we need to add on for stoppages and things. Usually not a lot. Wilcox skips away from O'Neill and floats one out towards Hamersley's goal scorer. Anson finds the feet of Cunningham. Heavy challenge in midfield. Won by Hickson. Who's then shoved out of the way by a teammate. And Chetan. Hickson again. This time wider. Lima looks to pop one over the top for Maya Pembe. Kingsley set up again. Just a tick over halfway through this first half. Belt Up Amateur Division 1 Reserves. Hamersley United versus Kingsley Westside. Hamersley 1, Kingsley 1. Manuel Lima and Sebastian Screever with the goals. Bettany couldn't get ahead on that one. Kingsley's the goal scorer looks to drive them forward. Cunningham plays one wide. Touchline's going to win that race. And then Cameron Brody's upset about something. Thumped that ball off into the stands, if we had stands. But one of the Belt Up boys has already collected it. What a good job. O'Neill stepping in to cut that one out. He's going to have to keep his eyes on Lima. O'Neill with the throw, volleyed forward by Brodie. Screever dropping deep. Poking it back to Paul Box. Gives it off to Clayton. And Screever looks to drive into the area. Runs into a few white shirts. A miscontrol there from Stephen. That wins it back. Brodie drops it back to O'Neill. Gets it back from Brodie. Bit of pinball ends at the feet of Michael Stephen. Anson with a chance to stretch his legs. O'Neill confronted by Wilcox. Gives it and gets it back from Cameron Brodie. Curler into the area, taken away and just taken off the toes of Chandler Gilbert, who had his eyes lighting up for a moment. Looks like Dola Anyuon will get his first taste of the action, replacing Chiwala Moyapembe. Rolling substitutions, of course, at this level, so I'm sure we'll see Chiwala again. Kingsley worked the ball out to the far side. No active pressure from Hamersley. And Screever will drive away again. Deflection lands fortuitously at the feet of Cunningham. Out for O'Neill if he can get there in time. He can't. Approximately a quarter of an hour left in this first half. Hamersley 1, Kingsley 1. Just the 7th goal Kingsley have conceded so far this season. 25th for Hamersley. But on the day, it's 1-1. Screever looks to dribble his way through again, wins a corner. They're getting that ball, I will remind you that the Belt Up round is all about reminding everyone to strap on those seatbelts when you get in your car. I mentioned earlier, I have no idea why anyone would drive without a seatbelt these days, but oh, wonderful volley at the back post, poor marking, but Cameron Anson makes them pay. Lumbered up from centre half and couldn't believe his luck. The ball floated over the back. Just, again, players misjudging it, I think, with this breeze. But the big number 5 did not misjudge it. Just waited there and side-footed at home, and Kingsley now have the lead. Hamersley 1, Kingsley 2. Bettany taking a break. He'll be replaced by Dylan Hemmings, who will jog right on. His first touch will be the kickoff. After that, Anson goal. Wilcox couldn't make that one stick. Brodie emerges with the ball for Kingsley, and they'll look to go and extend that lead before the break if they can. A much more composed and aggressive side than in the earlier stages. This is more what we were expecting from Kingsley Westside. Running away from Wilcox there is Gilbert, and winning the corner. And this has been the weakness for Hamersley so far in the first half. Set pieces. 2 goals from corners that have floated over to the back post. 1 from either side. And this is to the same area again. Comes down potentially off an arm, the attacker. But we'll carry on. Chance again for Lima to stretch his legs and get on the ball. He was bundled off it. Won't get the free kick he's asking for. And Kingsley will look to come the other way. And then just a little shove in the back. Peter Rodriguez not getting away with that one. Oh, lunging tackle from the skipper, and just be careful we don't take those protestations a little bit too far. You are in the lead, Craig. Lima stands underneath that one. Now finds himself in a battle with Gilbert. By it, frustrated he couldn't do more with it, but importantly got the touch there. O'Neill with the throw. Forward for Cunningham. Good battle that one between Cunningham and Byatt. And this time the Kingsley striker gets his desired result. Once again we'll see if they can test Yusuf Chetin. A few options here, Kingsley. You could have a left footer to the near post. You could try and curl one across the box. It looks like Cunningham, the winner of the foul, will be the one to take the resultant dead ball, and he is just going to loft it up to that back post. Just catching it a little too well. Lima takes his opponent under the ball, and that leaves space for Wilcox. Nice touch for Wilcox to get away from his marker. Wilcox drops it back for Lima. Nice build up, but no end product. And now a chance for Kingsley to look to go the other way and double their lead. Thought about nodding it back to the goalkeeper for a moment, did Todd Cartwright. In the end went with his feet, and it's all worked out. Wilcox gets a touch in. And the ball wide now for the substitute, who gets a shot off, and it's handled well by Partridge. That was Anyuan getting his first chance to attack the Kingsley back four. Stomach down from Byatt. Still he goes. The big man rumbles forward. Look at him go. Centre half turn left winger, and he tripped on a pothole there. Hopefully that was off camera. Handled it gracefully. Here's Screever again. Anyuan can't stop him. Still he goes, and eventually he is stopped. Joe McCarthy getting across to make the tackle. Cunningham heads on only as far as Lima. Anyuan looking to get a bit of green grass in front of him. Stopped by a blue shirt. Cunningham again the target. Over him, and Rodriguez pokes it on, and Wilcox has got a bit of space to run into. Had to hold his pass because the only option he had ahead of him, Dylan Hemmings, was offside. Just starting to assert their control over the proceedings here. Kingsley, that pass aside. Anyuan going down very theatrically. Don't even care if you fouled in that situation. You wouldn't be getting it from me. You go down like that. Another one of the joys of amateur football, finding footballs. There's one down behind the keeper. There's another one on the pitch over to our left. I think we'll eventually get one. Well, the ball that was on the pitch was from the women's game across the way. Now Partridge has finally retrieved one, and we'll be able to get started again. Kingsley throw after all that. Rodriguez hits the turf. Hamersley retrieved the ball after Cameron Brody's strike skidded harmlessly wide. Lima, again, nice ball over the top for Wilcox. Those two have connected well today. And just enough there from Wilcox to give away the foul, and that was a little rash from Cameron Anson after the ball had gone. He certainly left one in on Daniel Hickson. And I think the yellow card is probably more than fair. You can see there it's a sore one for Hickson. It was after the ball had gone out and players sliding in, so I think the decision is a Kingsley free kick and a yellow card for the afters. We carry on. Anyuan can't get away. Oh, poor pass there, straight to Wilcox. Just easily nudged off it there by Brody. Rodriguez gets a foot in. Loose touch at the back from McCarthy. Here he goes again. Partridge perhaps not sitting pretty on his perch. Doesn't get caught out this time. We are over our scheduled half time by a couple of minutes. As I mentioned, we kicked off a few minutes late, so we should be hearing Ahmet Hassani's whistle at some point in the next 5 minutes. And at this stage, Kingsley have turned things around from an early Manuel Lima goal. So first level things up through Screever and then take the lead with a Cameron Anson volley, both coming from corners. Hamersley have struggled a little with set pieces today. O'Neill will take the throw for Kingsley. Cunningham getting inventive with the back heel. And then tracking back and winning it back not once but twice. I can't tell if I'm watching Craig Cunningham or Roberto Firmino with that sort of work rate. One pops up there again off an arm and everyone goes up in protest. We carry on. Charge down there by Hemmings. And having to keep his cool at the backs, Jack Dixon. Gilbert flicks it on, but no one there. Chetan claims. Oops. A long ball down the line, looking for the run of Anyuan. He'll get it now, but he's in an offside position. Not long left now in the first half. Hamersley 1, Kingsley 2. Screever bites off a little more than he can chew there. Cleared by Anyuan, but only as far as a corner. And a real opportunity here right on the stroke of half-time to double the lead. Both goals so far coming from corners. Cameron Anson makes his way forward again, looking for another. Cunningham heads over to make a nuisance of himself right in front of the goalkeeper. That's where they want it. Again. Ball to the back post, untouched. And that's going to be a cause of concern for the Hamersley coaching staff. They'll go in to see what they can do to address those set-piece weaknesses and get their way back into this game. They led early by Manuel Lima. Long-range strike, catching Benjamin Partridge off his line. That was cancelled out minutes later by Sebastian Screever, and then Cameron Anson gave them the lead. We will be back with the second half, the halftime score here in the Belt Up Amateur Division. 1 reserves between Hamersley United and Kingsley Westside. Is Hamersley 1, Kingsley Westside 2. And hello again, one and all. Welcome back to Careen Open Space for the second half of this Belt Up Amateur Round Division 1 doubleheader. This is the reserves. And again, we get to see all the joys of amateur football. There is no linesman ready. But Connor Holmes will do the job for Kingsley, who will now be attacking to the left of screen with a 2-1 lead after a Manuel Lima long ranger was cancelled out by Sebastian Screever in the first half, and then Cameron Anson volleyed the visitors ahead. It is 9th versus 2nd, and depending on results elsewhere, Kingsley in a battle for top spot, undefeated so far. Second only on goal difference as we come into today's fixtures. Manuel Lima getting his first taste of the action in the second half. Scored the only goal for Hamersley in the first, and here's Tom Byatt. Doesn't mind a stroll there, had his ankles clipped surely in the end. Just ran around in circles until he won a foul. That'll ease the pressure a little for the home side. They're going to have to score again in the second if they're going to take anything out of this game, and they're certainly going to have to tighten up on set pieces, and Anyuan decided to try and win that one down in a very creative manner. Didn't get a touch on it. Here he is again. Rolls it wide, intended for Sebastian Dudek. Takes a touch and out for a Hamersley throw. Screever uses his body well, and he'll look to get away from a couple of challenges. He does really well, Sebastian Screever. Look at him go. Past 3, can't get past the 4th. No nonsense challenge there. Joe McCarthy stopping the Kingsley number 7 in full flow. Now an injury concern. Tom Byatt, it looks like. And having struggled already on set pieces, losing the height of Byatt is the last thing they need. Little mobilisation of the ankle, and it looks like he'll be okay to continue. Anyuan flicks that one on. Shortage of balls a problem again. Screever and Lima, both first half goal scorers, doing battle, and again Screever gets away, and a cheeky little challenge. Sees a yellow card for Todd Cartwright. First chance for Kingsley to test the aerial prowess of the Hamersley defence again. That one just curls. You see how much it whips in the breeze. Very difficult to guide balls into the desired area in these conditions. And once again we'll see Joe McCarthy taking the goal kick. Knuckles it forward. Anyuan goes down again. Ryan Fisk just getting into his back a little there. Or in fact, Paul Box it was. Eventually they get it sorted out. McCarthy will take the restart from just inside the Kingsley half. Lofts one up into the area. Good ball. Can't win it in the air, and the sun peeks through the clouds and gives us a nice warm bath of sunshine. Lima can't control it. Hacked forward. Fish on the turn. Good ball. Chetton didn't know whether to stick or twist. Nice little layoff. Good strike and a good save. Chetton was out off his line quickly. And but for the quick thinking of the man in goals, that Kingsley lead may have doubled in the opening minutes of the first half. Ball forward from Box out of the reach of Fish. And Chetton thumps that one long and high. No problems with the distance from hand. Dudek tries to twist and turn away to no avail. Lunging tackle from the big man. Testing out the injury from earlier. He'll get it back here by it. Nice bit of interplay there to create a bit of space. And then Lima decides to start again. McCarthy looking to fizz it in defeat. Cunningham doing the job at centre half now. Lima loses out initially but wins it back. Still he goes and the ball's still in play. Referee lets play go on. A little slip and perhaps a tweak of the groin muscle there. All good now for Cameron Brodie. Back up, still moving a little gingerly. Just grasping the hamstring. Hickson back into the action. Good battle on the far side of the pitch. Eventually infringement is picked out by the referee, Amit Hassani. Another ball on the pitch. And somehow even that's the referee's fault. Not much you can do when another ball comes on the pitch like that. Box looks to loft one into the area, cleared only as far as Foster. Down the line, looking for O'Neill. And the great Alex Navatsas has just arrived, ready to put on a show in the first team game following this. Double header in the belt up round. Hamersley United, Kingsley Westside reserves we're watching now. First team in the belt up amateur division to come up after this. Scheduled kickoff 3 p.m. for that one. Kingsley have looked more and more comfortable as this game's gone on, but as long as that lead stays at 1, it only takes one mistake and one moment of inspiration, and those 2 points can disappear very quickly. So while they may have come into this game as favourites and do have the lead, they are going to need a professional performance in this final half an hour or so. As we saw with Hamersley's first goal, they can just come out of nowhere sometimes. Dudek holds off a challenger. One back by Holmes, and away Kingsley go. A little chip into the path there of a runner in Fish. But Chetten again, as he was not long ago, off his line quickly to snuff out the danger. Cunningham at centre half now wins that header. Poor pass there has invited pressure on Rodriguez. Charging forward is Mai Pumbe. It will be a Kingsley goal kick. Kingsley look to play it out from the back. Cunningham back to Partridge. Dixon. Nice ball over the top from Dixon's picked out his man. Fish with the first touch, second touch, and the third will slide it across the 6-yard box. Kingsley so close yet again to a third. That one ricocheting up off the arm. And despite getting the ball back and having possession now, still players whinging. God, I love amateur football, don't you? Not that it's any different at first team level either. And that'll be a booking, but the advantage is going to be paid here. And a real chance for Hamersley, and they needed a last-minute intervention from Jack Dixon to prevent scores being level. Hamersley corner, looking for an equaliser. What can they conjure up? Kingsley players and coaches very quiet about that handball. Nothing given, and they stream the other way. Nice run forward there from Michael Stephen, and he's going to look to get it back, but perhaps asking a little too much. Free kick given on this occasion to Hamersley. Another creative ball over the top, and Chetin out again. Playing his sweeper keeper role this second half. First touch from Zola Anyuan it was. Not exactly what he was anticipating. O'Neill with the throw for Kingsley. Wilcox looked to try and give it back to Maipumbe. And this one coming off the back of the heel of Wilcox. He didn't know anything about it. Turned around the corner nicely by Foster. Maipumbe gets there first and clears it into the on-rushing attacker. Out for a goal kick. Doing well to step in and break up the players, Jack Dixon, and now a lovely ball over the top. Chance for a third, a good save from Chetin again. Oh, he's certainly done his job in this second half, the Hamersley goalkeeper. Fish has been agonisingly close on a couple of occasions to doubling the Kingsley Westside lead, and they haven't been able to, and it's still just one goal. Hamersley looking to reduce that even further. Good use of the body there from Screever, and he'll have two white shirts to take on. Gets past the first, gets past the second. Sebastian Screever looking for his second. Wonderful tackle it looked like initially. But it's going to be a booking and a penalty. The argument between the benches over whether or not it was a penalty. Alex Navatsas is saying yes, penalty. Luke Thompson, of course, saying penalty. It was terrific work from the Westside number 7, duking his way through a couple of challenges and ran into a brick wall on the third. An illegal brick wall in the eyes of the referee, and now a chance from the spot. Can we see more use of Chetin heroics? He's saved a couple, cleared a couple in this second half. But all the pressure, of course, on the penalty taker in these situations. Cameron Brodie from 12 yards. Oh, no mistake. It was a good dive from Chetton. He got a good hand to it. But the third goal for Kingsley is in the back of the net. And rewarded with a well-deserved break after smashing that penalty home. And Hamersley get us restarted. Going to be very difficult from here, you would think, against the Kingsley side, who with the goal today have now conceded 7 in their 7 games. They're going to need to score 2 in about a quarter of football. The odds certainly against the hosts now. Rodriguez wins a foul, and we'll see if Hamersley can create the sort of chaos Kingsley did down towards this end from their dead balls in the first half. And with the wind just swirling and weakening and strengthening, it's a very easy for defenders to lose the flight of the ball. Just need to get balls into dangerous areas, as they'll look to here. Players on the ground looking the other direction. Of course, it never stops players appealing for handballs at this level. Kingsley win themselves a defensive free kick. Ball forward looking for Screever again. Gets there before the keeper, but he had cover from his defender, and good work in the end. Cartwright's made a couple of those last minute crucial interventions. Without those, it could be more like 4 or 5 to Kingsley. Chetton as well, with a couple of big saves and interventions before that Cameron Brodie penalty. Nice little flick there around the corner from Holmes. Screever wide for Stephen. Can't find a way into the box. Nice turn and a little back heel there. Bit of razzle-dazzle from Anuan. Wilcox loses out. One back well by Martino, but they can't find the final pass. Chetton with the ball at his feet. Ball over the top, looking for the run of Anuan. He was on his heels a little. If he had been up on the shoulder of the last man, could have been a chance. Partridge plays it out. Back on his perch now, Partridge, after getting caught out in the first half. Manuel Lima with the long ranger that seems a lifetime ago now. And Sebastian Screever's had a good game for anyone with him in their belt up Amateur League Division 1 reserves fantasy team. Get an assist for winning that penalty and the goal from the first half. Nimble turn there from Connor Holmes. Flag was up, but the ball didn't get through. Hamersley needs something. They need something soon if they're looking to take anything out of today's game by way of points. Cartwright controls it well, rolls it in for Anyuan, who wins a corner. And we've got both teams wanting substitutions. Lima limbering up, looking to get back into the action. One goes short to Rodriguez. Left foot curl. That was a good ball. Dangerous area. Bit of whip. Headed away by the defence, and Hamersley will look to load up with a throw in from the far side. Nice work initially there from Ryan Fish to bring the ball in and turn, and then just stamping on the heel there of Alexander Bettany was the defender. Always a sore one. Bettany will dust himself off and carry on. Tough customer. And a chance for Joe McCarthy to test the Kingsley Westside set piece defending once more. I'm not sure if that was by intention, but it found a teammate and in the end came out for a long range strike that never looked any danger. Well, we did have one of the better goals you'll see at this level kick us off in the first half. It'll all count for nothing now that Kingsley Westside have a 3-1 lead, but Manuel Lima has one for the highlights reel. And on belt up round of all rounds as well. Not sure exactly how long we'll have left. Kicked off a little late, but the matter of 15 or 20 minutes, you'd think, for Hamersley to see if they can at least make it a nervy finish for Kingsley. A second goal would certainly do that. Questionable clearance across the field as spun nicely and dealt with comfortably there by Jack Dixon, and Kingsley manufacture a way forward but lose possession in the final third. Chetton's long ball cut out initially and then one in midfield by Martino. Fish on the turn, looks to clip one in there for the run of Martino. Anyuan on the turn. Good work there, tracking back from Chandler Gilbert. Receives a good round of applause from the bench, as does that tackle by Connor Holmes. Taking no prisoners. Lima. On for Anyuan. Creatively over his head, back to Lima. Outside of the boot there. More in hope than anything else from Hickson. Likewise in the other direction now. Chested down nicely by Chandler Gilbert, and he'll take on the challengers. Roll it through the legs. It doesn't count if you don't get it back on the other side though, guys. Sorry. You don't get a stat for that one. One of those worst feelings in certainly amateur football, when that ball squeaks through your legs and you hear the cheer from the touchline. It's a roar I've heard all too many times from my playing days, being on the receiving end. Once again, we'll have the defender to help out with the goal kick. Coach just asking for a bit of urgency given the scoreline. Hamersley throw. Dudek with the throw. Anyuan lets it go through his legs for Lima. Nice turn from Stephen away. And dropping it back for Dixon. Still Dixon. This time floats one in, back post. And unmarked at the back there was Chandler Gilbert. Just a little far out from goal. Far out from goal. Far out from goal. Far out from goal to just leaning into the back. And referee not happy with that one. Play resumes. Hamersley 1, Kingsley Westside 3. Long ball looking for Fish again. It's over the head of everyone once more. Gilbert just can't quite get a handle on it. Comes back around, running rings around the defenders and then hitting one out for a throw-in. That one is on camera forever. I'm sure they'll be clipping that one up and putting it on a loop on Facebook. It was good work initially to spin the defender and roll into a shooting position, but yeah, anytime you slice them out for a throw-in, you're going to be hearing about it. Not the week to do it, Chandler. I'm sorry. Pumbe back on into the action. It will be he and Lima leading the line. A strike from Fish. Didn't catch it well at all, and it's 3-on-3 here. And the long ball will go to that 3-on-3. Cunningham wins it in the air and wins it well. No one in between the lines for Hamersley. Beautiful ball over the top. He is onside, and with the outside of the boot, that is a cheeky finish. And that should put this one to bed. A beautiful opportunistic goal there from Jamie Foster. It's terrific inventiveness. Little off balance, keeper charging out. Just a little outside of the foot lob. It never looked like missing. So 4-1 the score now. Kingsley in the lead and in control. We will, of course, have the first team game here for you at the conclusion of this one. That match scheduled to kick off at 3 p.m. Kingsley will go into that one favourites as well, you would suggest. At least the league table would suggest that. Kingsley in 4th in the first team. Hamersley in 9th. And just the 2 wins and 4 losses. But we'll get to that one once we wrap up here. Still time for Kingsley to extend their lead beyond 4. $29 goals now scored by today's visitors in 7 games. They are a goal scoring machine this season. Already averaging just over 4 goals a game. They'll be looking to bump that up by a little more if they can here in the closing stages of this one. They lead by 4 goals to 1 as things stand. Hamersley have done very little to threaten Partridge's goal down to your right in this second half. Dixon carries it forward for Kingsley. Clips one over the top that the Hamersley defender will get there and clear first. Tom Byatt. Ball rolls all the way through to the keeper, and Hamersley can load up in their hunt for what surely would just be a consolation at this point. Anyuan pokes it through the legs of Martino, but they turn it over immediately. There's the scorer of that last cracking goal, Jamie Foster, just trying to dribble his way through. Runs into trouble, and Hamersley on the counter-attack. Fire one straight through to the opposition goalkeeper. Partridge gets us restarted. Nice control there. Foster again. Fish can't get away. Leesaw will get a bit of action at the end here for Kingsley. Hickson not wanting to give the ball back there. Can't really call it time wasting when you're 4-1 down, can you? But if you need a breather, you need a breather. Rodriguez with the fancy footwork. Just gets away. Ball over the top, looking for Pumbe. He's timed his run well and he was onside, but the ball was a little heavy. Partridge. Fish gives it away. By it. Partridge out to clear again. The dying stages here in our first belt up round fixture. Thank you for joining us. If you've been watching, you have seen a very solid Kingsley Westside performance. They lead by 1-4. That could be reduced here if Anyuan can find a target. He gets it through to Pumbe and it will be a penalty. Anyuan caught late after he poked the ball into the path of his teammate. And Hamersley will have a chance to reduce the deficit to 2. You'd still think a 2-goal lead at this point in the game is more than safe, but they've battled on, and the second goal would be full reward for their efforts. Shouldn't make any difference as far as the final destination of the points. But it looks like Alexander Bettene, well, it looked like originally he was the man standing over the spot. It will be Peter Rodriguez instead to step up. Bettene from the spot, looking to make it Hamersley 2, Kingsley 4 with a successful spot kick. And he does just that, down the middle, a little to the keeper's right. Benjamin Partridge just hedging his bets to his left, and body weight going that way, had no chance of stopping it. So Hamersley get their second goal. Should still be a victorious day for the travelling Kingsley Westside reserves. But stranger things have happened, and not knowing exactly how much time's left. A quick long ball and a quick goal here, and you just never know. High one to deal with for Cunningham. He leaves it as it drifts wide towards us on the breeze. Cries from the benches are just a couple of minutes left. And Rodriguez, the scorer of the penalty, looking to get Hamersley forward again. Here he is once more. Surrounded by blue shirts, and that'll do just nicely. Ball in, looking for Caden Leesaw. Rodriguez. Singh poked it forward, but ended with the opposition number 12. Finally with Rodriguez, who goes long. Fortunate bounce there for Hamersley off the defender. Rodriguez was, I think, looking for Wilcox on the far side, but here's a chance now. Elizor through off the bench. Eventually cuts it back, gets to the byline. The keeper was alert. Rodriguez not having a lot of options, and poor touch on the far side's given a chance again for the big number 9 to add to his tally. But the strike from Foster was equalled by the Hamersley shot stopper. Wilcox tracking back to make the tackle. Sharp, mate. A mistake there from Hickson. A chance for a fifth. Just over the head of the substitute. You can feel a weight of expectation from the Kingsley bench. They want the little number 17 to get on the score sheet. Had an opportunity. Kingsley throw. This will take them, you would assume now, to 6 wins, 1 draw from their first 7 games. And they will be, at worst, only off top spot by goal difference. At best, if results elsewhere go their way, they could finish the day on top. And there is the final whistle to confirm what we've known for a while, that Kingsley Westside would take the 3 points today. It wasn't without a scare and a fight. They were behind in the early stages. Emmanuel Lima, long ranger from nowhere, caught Partridge napping. But from then on, it was almost exclusively Kingsley Westside doing the attacking. Sebastian Screever found the equaliser. Cameron Anson put them ahead before the break. And then in the second half, a penalty tucked away by Cameron Brodie and a fine finish from Jamie Foster did the job. A late second for Hamersley won't change the destination of the 3 points. Peter Rodriguez made no mistake from 12 yards to give our final score in the opening game of our double-header. Hamersley United 2, Kingsley Westside 4. We will be back with the first team game scheduled to kick off at 3 p.m. after this. If that's all you're joining us for, I've been Sean Fry. It's been a pleasure to have you joining me on the call for this special Football West presentation of the Belt Up round. And I'll be back momentarily with the first team after this.